Guys, welcome back to the SaaS Sales Misfit podcast. On this week's episode, ShopCircle raises $100 million in Series B as it doubles down on AI-powered acquisitions. And why is this more proof that SDRs need to work with AI? Leverage it or get sacked, SDRs. That is my message to you. We're going to go through this in detail. Plus, this week's tutorial, SDRs, AEs. What happens when you hit a voicemail? Do you leave a message? Do you not leave a message? So much conflicting opinions and advice out there. We're going to go through that one today. I have a voicemail trick that used to get me regular callbacks, and I'm thinking if it works for me, it can work for you as well. So stay tuned if you're open to trying something different and adding another string to your bow. But first, let's go to LinkedIn post of the week. I've been scouring LinkedIn all week, and to be honest, this guy, we could have looked at all of his posts this week. They were epic. I don't know if any of you know about Tony Brophy. He is definitely making waves on LinkedIn. He cold calls as a service. This is the kind of content I personally want to see on LinkedIn. I want to see stuff that is a disruptor, not the usual faff and fluff that we see and everyone just liking it and patting each other on the back. Let's ruffle some feathers. And that's exactly what Tony Brophy does. So he's put here, dear LinkedIn sales gurus, if you're so amazing at selling, why don't you set up your own business, sell massive deals and make millions of dollars yearly versus working a 9-to-5 and selling shit courses to naive sales reps and posting about cold call openers and magic discovery questions. You close inbound leads that are going to buy regardless, and your company has NFL Super Bowl adverts. Can someone disagree with me? I love this post. As you can see, I actually engaged with it. I thought it was brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. We need to be pushing boundaries. We need to be testing the status quo, everyone. And that's exactly what Tony Brophy does. Now, he cold calls as a service. He's in the sales industry and he gets a lot of free press from lots of people that share and screenshot his content. But I'm doing it in a very positive way because I think we need more Tony Brophies on LinkedIn. We're seeing the same old stuff, as I mentioned on last week's podcast, about sales coaches and gurus posting similar stuff, regurgitating the same message, sometimes not even actually tweaking the message at all, just reposting for the sake of, or because they can't be bothered to tweak it. And Tony's pushing boundaries here, and that's what we need to be doing. We need to be having more conversations that are a bit more hard-hitting, that are a little bit more controversial, because that's how we're going to level up and that's how we're going to skill up. So props to you, Tony. This is my LinkedIn post of the week, but in truth, it could have been any one of his posts that have gone out this week. And if you haven't seen what Tony Brophy is all about, go and check out his profile. He is excellent. Right, moving on from post of the week. My next message is to everyone that's been watching along. I've had a lot of support, people watching my podcast, watching my YouTube videos, and just in general enjoying the content and leaving comments. All well and good. If you're one of those people and you're enjoying the series so far, do me a favor, hit like, click subscribe. It means I can continue doing my work and bringing you all the information you need. Now, let's dive in to the first story I mentioned. ShopCircle raises $100 million in Series B. The company's business model is based on acquiring and scaling AI-powered software companies to build a larger platform. I don't know if any of you have heard about this, but ShopCircle are basically a London-based outfit. They're a software group, and in essence, what they do is they acquire and scale AI-powered enterprise software companies. Keyword, AI, okay? Now, here they've written, we're building the leading AI native software platform with a portfolio of high impact products powering the digital infrastructure of today's enterprise. With several acquisitions in the pipeline and strong cash position, we're well positioned to expand our product suite, scale our enterprise offering, and shape how modern businesses operate. That was from the co-founder and CEO, Luca. And this is the thing. AI is not, as I've been saying since episode 1, AI is not going anywhere. Okay, so you either leverage it or you just ignore it. And I would implore you to at least look into leveraging it, because this is where a lot of the funding is being raised. As we've talked about, there's more and more money coming into the SaaS market, true, but it's coming in specific areas. And AI is the biggest focus point that we've seen in the SaaS market for a long time. And you've seen it. If you've been watching my podcast weekly, you'll know I bring you stories every week of news around funding received for AI native platforms like Attio, other platforms like Oracel. And again, here we've got a business, ShopCircle, that has raised $100 million that it will use to purchase AI-powered software platforms and basically power the future. That is their aim. They want to change and shape how modern businesses operate. And this is my thing to you, SDRs and sales reps in general, and anyone in the SaaS space that's interested. You've got companies like this that are very strategic in the way they operate, and they're raising money and able to raise money. Meanwhile, there's businesses out there and startups out there that can't raise anything. And what you'll notice is the ones that are really struggling to raise any money are those tech businesses that are not leveraging AI. So what does this mean for SDRs, AEs, sales reps in general? Well, look, AI won't replace SDRs. But SDRs who don't use AI will be replaced. Not by AI. That's not going to happen. At least it's not going to happen right now. Point being, AI is not just a buzzword anymore. It's here to stay, and it's powering the future. So let's look at the SDR role. Let's look at it before AI and after AI. So before AI, the traditional SDR role was defined by what? Just repetitive, volume-based, low-value tasks, right? And it was about making more calls, sending more emails, generic emails at that, and spending countless hours on manual research, all right? And then entering all of that data. So data entry. It was a real grind, and still is for a lot of SDRs out there that are not leveraging AI, in return for a high stress, low efficiency pipeline. It's the best way I can put it. Now, with AI, the modern SDR is a different beast. They're not just dialing for money, they're directing the AI. What do I mean by that? AI, leveraging it means AI handles the monotonous work. The monotonous work. If you're an SDR right now and you're doing all of that monotonous work you were doing before AI came on the scene, and AI's come on the scene and nothing has changed, you need to stop and listen to this and take note. The whole point about this is it's about working smarter, not harder. That's the new SDR. That's the SDR that keeps their job. That's the SDR that gives themselves a platform to really thrive in the SaaS space. So what is AI taking over? Well, the common misconception is what? AI is taking over your roles. Well, not quite, and definitely not right now. It can't simulate the things that a human can do. And I'm sure in years to come, they're going to try and make it so it simulates exactly what humans do. And we've all heard those AI calls and whatever else. But the SDR, the smart SDR, there's always a need for an SDR. There's a real need for a good quality SDRs right now. And the good quality SDRs are leveraging the AI. It's handling the donkey work so the SDR can focus on the human work and the nuances that a human being understands during a conversation that AI cannot understand because it's artificial intelligence. So what is that? Lead generation and prioritization. Instead of manually sifting through LinkedIn, use AI. AI tools are out there, right? And your businesses probably have them. They can analyze huge amounts of data to identify your ICP. And if they can identify your ICP, it's doing all that work for you. But not only that, there's tools out there that can now rank it in order, rank what they found in order of priority. It uses predictive analytics, and it will score and prioritize leads based on their likelihood to convert. This means what? You're not just finding leads, you're finding the right leads. How else can you use it? Personalization at scale, right? If you did that manually, personalize every single email, You're wasting hours. AI tools can generate personalized content and bodies and frameworks for hundreds of prospects. And it can do it in minutes by pulling in data points from their company, their social media, and recent news. Admin tasks. I hate doing admin, especially when it's, CRM related, and I've got to type up everything and then log it and manually input all the information I've gathered. Well, what have we talked about, right? There's a huge shift in AI native CRM platforms, and even Salesforce has its own AI offering called Einstein. So there's legacy platforms now leveraging AI. Now, why are they doing that? They're doing that obviously to keep up with the fact that, yes, we need to implement AI. This is the way of the world going forward. Those businesses that think AI is just a buzzword and it's just something that we need to have because, and I'm not going to pander to it or whatever else, fine, no problem. You'll get left behind. But if your businesses and your CRMs are leveraging AI, you can leverage that too. You need to look into the capabilities of what systems you've got at your disposal. And look, you can always make more money. You can always book more meetings, but what's the one thing you can't do? You can't buy time. If you can free up all of this time, imagine how dangerous you can be, because your aim is what? Your job is to do your job, right? It's not there to manually input stuff and manually research stuff. How many hours are you spending a day? Times that by 5. How many hours is that a week that you're spending that you could be on the phone, or you could be doing a quick bit of research, or rather the AI has done the research for you, and now you've got all the information ranked in order of who I need to call, or who you need to call, and just pick up the phone and go through your processes. Now you've done all of that work's been done for you. Imagine how fresh you're going to be on that call, as opposed to doing it all yourself and then getting on the phone. You've done all that work and you're nervous and you're not quite prepared. You haven't just focused on the cold call itself because you've been focusing on everything else. Read the research, understand why that lead is a priority, then reach out to them with your message because you know you can help them. Your research shows you that you can help them, and that gives you the confidence to do your job. Get into a rhythm. A lot of SDR work is about rhythm. It's not about making one phone call, then stopping, and then starting bits of research, and then picking up the phone again. No, you've got all your leads in order of priority. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pick up the phone, and you're going to go through them, and you're going to go in with confidence, knowing you've got a good chance you can help these prospects out. Now, for those of you sales reps that are worried about AI replacing your role, and you're thinking, well, Neil, what are you going on about? They're still going to replace us. Well, here's where you need to level up. Instead of bitching and moaning, what you need to do is understand that AI might be there, but if you leverage AI properly, you can become indispensable. How? You develop a set of skills that AI can't replicate. Analytical and strategic thinking. SDRs, your job is to be able to interpret the data that the AI has provided for you. And interpreting the data means interpreting the insights. They've ranked it in order of priority. These are the insights. You need to be able to interpret that, and you need to know what to do with it. This means going from a more reactive mindset to a proactive one. The best SDRs will always be the ones who can build rapport and trust and do it quickly. I touched upon this earlier. AI can personalize a message, but it can't read between the lines. It can't pick up on the different little nuances that happen in every interaction that a human being can. We can sense a prospect's hesitation, even just through their tone, subtle change of tone, and we can pivot with it. AI is not going to be able to do that. At least it cannot right now. All right. You have something that AI cannot replicate, and it's the brain. We're still in a human touch to human touch business, and the human touch wins deals. That's the landscape right now. We can revisit again if the landscape, and when it does change, and I'm sure it will, we'll adapt again because we're human beings and we're intelligent. Complex problem solving. Yes, AI can help you to a certain extent, but you're the one in charge of thinking creatively and adapting on the fly. AI will be programmed to respond with something and give a certain response that won't possess the human touch. And collaboration. You have the ability to collaborate not only with your AI tools, but also your AE. So don't sit there like a lone wolf, because suffering in silence will see you closer to the exit door. So The choice is simple. Learn to leverage AI as a co-pilot or get left behind by those who do. Because when I tell you SDRs out there are using AI tools, you better believe they're leveraging them. So if you are not, you're already a step or two behind. They will leave you in the dust. Best SDRs will always be, from now on going forward, the ones who work the smartest. And guys, if you're watching this and thinking, that's a lot of information, I'm a bit concerned, your anxiety levels have gone up, I don't know what to do here, or you're struggling with aspects of your role right now and you need an extra pair of eyes across it, click on the link in the description below and book your free one-to-one consultation with me directly, and let's see how we can help you get up to speed fast. Links in the description, guys. Now, if you're skipping voicemails or winging them with, hey, it's just me following up, you're throwing away good potential leads every day. I used to ignore voicemails completely. I was told never leave a voicemail. I'm sure many of you have been told that as well. And fair, because when was the last time any of you got a call back from a voicemail you left? Exactly. That's why most SDRs either don't leave one at all, or the few that do sound like this. Hey, this is Neil from SaaS Sales Misfit. Just calling to follow up. You can reach me on this number. Imagine if you're on the other end of that. Are you ringing them back? No. That voicemail has gone to the voicemail graveyard. But then one of my managers said something that stuck with me. A voicemail isn't for them to reply. It's to make them curious enough to pick up when you call again. That was a light bulb moment. But how do we do that? How do we create curiosity to make them want to pick up when you call them again? Well, you start by understanding that the voicemail is not there for you to leave a pitch. It's there for you to leave a preview with almost a cliffhanger. Let me show you how. You need to do 3 things fast. You need to establish relevance, create curiosity, and give them a reason to pick up next time. So, step 1. The personal hook. Hey, Sarah, this is Neil. I saw your recent hiring push for 6 new AEs on LinkedIn. Okay, quick opener. Takes a couple of seconds to deliver. That's step 1, the personal hook. Why does it work? It immediately shows it's not a random call. You've done your homework. You've seen something she's posted. Hiring, that's important to her. You've dropped it in the first 2 seconds of your call. Step 2. Drop a curiosity bomb. Sarah, I help sales leaders who are scaling fast solve one hidden problem that most hiring managers don't spot until it's too late. This is designed to create intrigue, guys. Notice you didn't pitch a product. You didn't pitch a service. You basically just said, hey, there may be a problem you might not be aware of. I know this because I speak to your peers, right? Now they're wondering, what is that hidden problem? That's what keeps your name in their head. So then when you go with step 3, your clear close and callback seed, I'll shoot you an email now too, and I'll try you again Thursday morning, just in case that's easier. Talk soon. Now you've given them a next step, you've planted a callback seed, and you've positioned yourself as persistent but respectful. Yeah. We're telling them, hey, I'm going to drop you a line right now. I'm also going to try you again Thursday morning. Now they know when to expect your call. Again, you haven't pitched a product, but your attempt is to make them curious. And you've done all this in less than 30 seconds. So, step 1, establish relevance. You've done your research. I know you're hiring, Sarah. Step 2, drop a curiosity bomb. Hey, look, I'm working with your peers. There may be something that you're not aware of. Most of the hiring managers I speak to are not aware of. Step 3, you've given them next steps. I'm going to drop you an email now, and I'm going to try you again Thursday morning in case that works better. Those are your 3 steps. Okay. So lead with personalization, show them you did at least 30 seconds of prep. It'll instantly separate you from 90% of the reps. Number 2, don't sell the product, sell the problem. Create curiosity by teasing a pain point they may not know they have. Again, guys, you're all representing different types of tools out there in the market. Make this relevant to yourself, okay, and your target market, okay? Tell them what's next. Tell them when you're going to try again. Give them a reason to pick up next time, even if they don't call back. Guys, I want you to try that because it's something that not many SDRs out there are doing. Granted, most sales reps aren't doing. I've spent most of my career not doing it. But when I started doing it, I started getting callbacks. And crucially, even from the ones that I didn't get a callback from, when I called them, there was a recollection of who I was. It warmed the call up at the very least. Give it a go. You've got nothing to lose and, crucially, everything to gain. Please let me know in the comments as well. If you have given it a go, let me know how you've got on with it. Good luck. And guys, that's it for another week. Remember what we're doing here. We are selling the future. Sell the problem, not the products. You need to become that strategic SDR, that strategic AE. That is how you're going to survive and potentially thrive in 2026. Because as I've said before, 2025 is set to be the toughest year for sales reps. You cannot have another year. If you're in that 80% that are not going to hit target this year, you cannot have another year like you've just had. You need to level up. Guys, if you enjoyed it and you stayed to the end, I appreciate you. Please do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps me reach more people. And if you want to see more of me, click this video right here and I'll see you guys in there.